Hey guys, it's your boy M.K.S here, back with another video. I did actually want to make this video yesterday because it was the first yesterday, and it's African American History Month, and I'm from the UK, but from one minority to another, I thought I'd try and support fellow people of colour, if you like, or minorities, or whatever it was, BAME or POC. BAME here we say in the UK, I don't know if people in America know that, but anyway, I wanted to talk about some of my ideas and thoughts about Black History Month or African American History Month, and some suggestions that I hope will empower the Black community in America. I've been a bit tired and like demotivated or trying to take on too much. Sometimes I have ideas overload where I have so many ideas and I just struggle to decide which ones to go for. And on Mondays, which it was yesterday, I often try to be like spontaneous, but then it's a difficult balance between wanting to be spontaneous and wanting to get certain things done. I struggle to get that balance. Anyway, I'm going to try and stop waffling and get on with the list of some of my ideas, which I've been thinking about. At least I did some exercise today. I did some like working out, like, well, not upper body, but lower body, like jogging and all that. But anyway, I'm going to try and get to a point. So here goes. Obviously, I want to stick to the theme of Black empowerment, if you like. So number one, I hope to connect together the global Black diaspora, and for February, I mainly hope to focus on African American empowerment rather than African American and possibly African, how they can connect together rather than, let's say, British or European or whatever. But I might include some of those, how they can network together. So the global Black diaspora working together in areas like business, buy Black, bank Black, Black-owned banks and things like that. Number two, I hope to see what Black people can learn from each other, like people who are successful business people, which I hope to come to in more detail, can sort of network together and what they can learn from each other, and maybe even other people of colour or minorities, again, hope to come to, and also hope to support like Africa's tourism industry or sector in the future, and listen to Black people's experiences of travelling, what countries have treated them bad, what country. I know there are a few channels that already talk about that, so like obviously African Americans or other Black people from the diaspora can avoid those countries that treat them bad, and perhaps reward, if you like, those countries that treat them well. So I'm sure you want to reward people who treat you well rather than people who treat you bad, if anything. Not that I want to be vengeful, but anyway, yeah. So supporting Africa's tourism industry in the future and listening to the experience of Black people traveling and things like that, and people of colour generally, but especially Black. And obviously at the moment with COVID, unfortunately, tourism is really at a halt or sort of stop. Like Kenya and countries like that normally rely so heavily on tourism. Unfortunately, at the moment, it's sort of stagnant, I imagine. The visitors have gone down. So, but hopefully in the future, those industries will pick up in Kenya and Tunisia and the rest of Africa, especially Black Africa, or Sub-Saharan Africa, or whatever, as much. Also Arab Africa, but mainly Black Africa, since it's Black History Month. But yeah, like how Black people can talk about their experiences generally and what they can learn from each other, what they can teach from each other, like the ones who have become successful, and also Africa's tourism industry, like supporting that in the future perhaps, and sharing ideas, like those who are good at tech could help each other and train like Black people in tech and things like that. And also I'd love to support Black YouTube channels. Number three, I'd love to like fundraise and support the global Black diaspora, again, especially African Americans and Africans in February, in technology, like look at Black people in tech and how we can get more Black people in tech. On Wednesday, I hope to talk about specifically Black women in tech around the world, especially in Africa, and African Americans again, because African American History Month as well, so or especially, and also yeah, on Friday I hope to talk about more about how young girls can learn about technology. I know I've covered a few of these things before, but yes, I hope to work on that as much as possible. Number four, again, I'd love to hear from like Black-owned businesses and how they've done well, Black-owned banks, and opinions and views from the Black community. As I've said before on my channel, like I'd like to do different things on different days. So today I'm mainly going to focus on business and banking because it's a Tuesday. So I'd love to hear from success stories, like Black-owned businesses, banks, and things like that. There's a great channel called Black Excelist, and there's quite a few like that, Black Abundance and things like that. So please check out those channels if you can find them. Like if you type in like Black YouTubers or Black business people, Black millionaires or Black billionaires, you'll find some great videos and lists. So I hope to support those channels as well, and hopefully they'll return the favour as well. And hopefully the more they support me, the more I can fundraise for those communities. I forgot to say in the intro, but I hope my voice is clear enough, because I know someone said the equipment I've got, someone said the sound system, if you like, isn't that clear. And I'm probably a bit shy as well. I'm nervous and my voice isn't always the loudest, so please forgive me for that. I know I've probably got a bit of an effeminate voice, but I hope you can hear me well enough. And at the moment, I'm just dealing with the equipment I've got. So if I get funding or whatever, or my channel grows, I can perhaps afford to buy more equipment, which will help me. So I hope you will support my small channel, and in return I can help others, and like people of colour supporting each other. Anyway, moving on. Number 5, I hope to hear from Black people, like how their aspirations, especially young people, what their aspirations are for the future, and how we can help them to achieve, or how society or other people of colour or minorities or groups who want to support the Black community can actually help them. Even Caucasian people or whatever who do want to help, can help them to reach their aspirations, like people who want to become doctors or lawyers or whatever it is, how they can help to achieve and believe in themselves and that sort of thing. Again, hope to come to that in more detail. Number 6, as I've often mentioned about being an Italian football fan, I thought I'd include something about Italian football. I know, to be honest, I know Italy can be, unfortunately, quite racist. Again, sorry to repeat myself, but I know I've mentioned this before, but I'd love for relations to be improved through football or soccer, whichever one you want to call it. Since we're talking about America, maybe I should use the term soccer, but I'd love for Italians to find out, like, or to discuss the best Black players who have played in Italy, and the best players specifically from Africa, players like George Weah, Samuel Eto'o, for those who follow soccer. There's been some great players from Africa and Black players as well, who live in Europe or are from Europe, but obviously originally from Africa, who have played in Italy. And I'd love for Italians to find out about those, and hopefully that would improve relations somehow, because like, especially with the migrants coming into Italy, like maybe they could see that they can contribute to Italian football and soccer again. And like, I'd look, when it comes to migration policy, which I hope to talk about again in the future, I'd love for Italy to prioritize people who come in legally, also those from countries that are colonized by Italy, and also those who have a skill or talent for football, because I'm a massive Italian fan, as I say. Number 7, and I'd love to do similar things for Celtic as well, like Celtic to discuss the best Black players, especially including from Africa. I know there's not been that many, as far as I'm aware, who have played for Celtic, but there's been one or two, like Victor Wanyama from Kenya, and George Weah's son played for Celtic for a while. Excuse me. But there's a few, like African Americans or others who have played for Celtic. But yeah, Celtic normally is quite an anti-racist and inclusive team, so it's a bit different to Italian football. But again, I'd love to do something similar in terms of like acknowledging the contributions from the Black Diaspora community to Celtic as well as Italian football. Number 8, I'd love for people of colour and other minorities to support African Americans, like Hispanics, Latinos, mixed race people like myself, people from around the world supporting the Black Diaspora, especially African Americans, I'll say, in February, and acknowledging their contributions and achievements. And hopefully in the future, obviously when it's Asian History Month, hopefully African Americans will return the favour and like learn from each other. So hopefully work together against white supremacy or extremism and that sort of thing. And yeah, just encouraging Black unity as well, and like the diaspora working together. Again, I hope to cover that in more detail as I go along. Number 9, I'd love for those who are successful in their chosen fields to encourage those who are Black people who are successful in their chosen field, including African Americans, to encourage their fellow African Americans or Black diaspora, like talk about what it takes to run a business, whether you need a bit. When I was learning about business before, when I was interested in business and all that sort of thing for myself, and I wanted to go into business, I was always told that it's important to have a business plan. But I hear a lot of people say it's really just important to take action, make mistakes, and learn from your mistakes. But if they can learn from other people's mistakes, I think it would help them a lot more, especially young people. And number 10, I'd love to find out as much as possible about young Black entrepreneurs. Again, you can like Google or check on YouTube videos about young Black entrepreneurs, and Black Exodus has some excellent videos about or at least one or two about Black entrepreneurs, as well as Black-owned businesses, Black banks, and stuff like that. So I think it's a really good channel to inspire African Americans to achieve success and redefine stereotypes and things like that. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please give it a like and share it, and I really appreciate it. And thanks so much, and peace and love.